The frozen lake lay silent under the ashen sky. A chilling wind swept across, whispering secrets of the winter. No one knew that in just a heartbeat, this tranquility would shatter, by the cracking of ice, by a desperate scream, and by a breathless race between life and death. Amidst the biting cold, a boy plunged into the dark, icy water, where death lurked beneath the thick, unyielding surface. Every passing second pulled him closer to the abyss. But just as despair threatened to take hold, nameless heroes emerged, reaching out through the frost, their hearts ablaze even in the cruelest of winters. This is not just a story of survival. It is a hymn to courage, a testament to the warmth of humanity in the face of freezing despair. Step into this extraordinary journey where the cold cannot extinguish the fire of compassion and where miracles sometimes come from the most ordinary of people. A chilling winter afternoon in a park in Shizuishan, Ningxia, a shocking incident unfolded. A 10-year-old boy suddenly fell through the frozen surface of an artificial lake while playing. The temperature outside was -11 degrees Celsius, bitterly cold. As the ice cracked, the boy was dragged into the water, screaming and struggling in desperation before gradually falling into eerie silence. With no adults nearby, his life hung by a thread, counted in mere seconds. This happened on the afternoon of December 3rd, 2020. The boy and his cousin had been walking past the artificial lake after school when curiosity led them onto the frozen surface, unaware that the ice was too thin to hold their weight. When it cracked, he plunged straight in. His cousin, in a panic, ran to the shore, crying and calling for help. A minute passed, then 2. No one came. The boy screamed in despair. Fortunately, a woman named Zhang Ding, who was riding an electric scooter searching for her lost dog, happened to pass by. She saw the child flailing in the lake and immediately called her husband, Zhang Jinlei, who was working at a nearby photo studio. While waiting for him, 3 elderly men, hearing the cries for help, rushed over. But the lake was deep, more than 2 meters, and the boy had fallen about 20 meters from the shore. A barehanded rescue was impossible. The bystanders scattered to find something to help. Yet, 4 minutes had already passed and the child was no longer moving. At that moment, Zhang Jinlei arrived. Without hesitation, he stripped off his jacket and plunged into the freezing water. He carefully moved along the fragile ice, crawling toward the spot where the boy had gone under, but he couldn't pull him out with his hands. With no other choice, he took a deep breath and dived beneath the surface, searching desperately in the icy depths. Finally, he found the boy and lifted him out of the water. The freezing water had risen above his shoulders, his body numb, his limbs stiff, and his strength nearly gone. He tried once to push the boy onto the ice, failed. A second time, success. But now Jinlei himself was too exhausted to return to shore. He had to stand on a small rock in the middle of the lake, catching his breath. On shore, more than 7 or 8 people were scrambling for a way to rescue them. One person found a small garden hose in the park. Zhang Mo, one of the bystanders, grabbed the hose and tried to crawl across the ice toward them, but the ice was too slippery. He lost his balance and fell into the freezing water himself. Despite the setback, he climbed back onto the ice and threw the hose toward Zhang Jinlei. Using a small stick, Zhang Jinlei hooked the hose and wrapped it tightly around the boy's arm. Together, the onlookers pulled the boy inch by inch back to safety. The boy was still breathing. He was rushed to the hospital and miraculously made a full recovery. As for Zhang Jinlei, after the rescue, his entire body trembled uncontrollably, unable to stand from the cold and exhaustion. With the help of a rope brought by the police and Zhang Mo's assistance, he was finally pulled back to shore safely. That boy's life was saved, but it was more than just a single life. It was the heartbeat of an entire family. Soon after, the boy's family arrived with a goat and 2 red banners, one to thank Zhang Jinlei, the other to honor Zhang Mo. 2 nameless heroes who never hesitated, who risked their own lives against the ice to save a child they had never met. In this world, kindness is repaid with gratitude, and on that freezing winter day, their selfless act warmed an entire community. Amidst the bitter cold of winter, the warmth of the human heart endures. This is not just a story of survival. It is a testament to courage, sacrifice, and boundless compassion. These nameless heroes could be anyone, a passerby, a friend, or even a complete stranger. But in the defining moment, they did not hesitate to reach out and save a life. Life is full of unexpected twists, but it is in the darkest moments that the light of kindness shines the brightest. That is what keeps the world filled with miracles, not supernatural forces, but the simple, profound goodness within people's hearts. If this story has touched you, take a moment to reflect, to cherish the loved ones around you, and most importantly, to believe that kindness still thrives in this world. Share this story, let its warmth spread, and may each of us become a small flame in someone else's winter. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because many more meaningful stories are waiting for you. See you in our next journey, where we continue to discover the extraordinary wonders that exist in everyday life.